Hello, those of you who are joining. We'll just maybe give a couple of minutes for other people to get here. But if you've got any questions, just throw them into the chat and I'll answer them as they come along. By the way, thank you so much for joining me. That was my first YouTube video ever, and I did actually quite enjoy it. So hopefully, uh, hopefully in the future we can do it again. But okay, I've already got a question from D. Missed the link for the free review in the last set. Okay, so the link should be in the description box of that video. You can go back to it. Uh, I can, in the meantime, try to find it here if you just bear with me. Oh, uh, link on the other stream. Yeah, it should be. It should be in the comment box somewhere. All right, you guys can go back. All right, sounds good. I'm glad you guys found it useful. I've never really spoken in front of people, so I'm not sure always what information does help and what doesn't. I have found though that if you kind of walk through the process that your potential reader might go through, that it really does help kind of understand what you should be writing, because often we're told, just write the blurb for your book, write it as you would want to hear it, or you would want to best present yourself. But really, it's more about what's actually going to connect you to the reader, and what are they looking for in that moment when they really don't have an attention span. Oh, it carried the stream straight to the next session. That's amazing. Maybe because it's my my second video ever. Yeah, I guess there's an option to redirect, but you have to have a certain amount of subscribers, which I don't have yet since I'm so new to YouTube. But I'm glad you were able to find your way here. Was there anything that you found confusing or that you may need some clarification on? I'm happy to clear anything up. When you hear yourself talk or talk back, it's completely a different experience. And oh, I guess you can't go back. That's bizarre. Okay. Hang on with me. I'm just going to be a little bit silent for a moment. I'm going to find the link for you for that free, uh, the free thing. Hang on a second here. I should have it for you in very short order here. All right, so I'm just gonna throw it into the chat here. So it's blurbmedic.com/5-minute-feedback, and basically it's just a form that opens up. You put in your name, the name of your book, an Amazon link if you have it, and then you can put in the blurb. You can either attach it as a document, or you can just copy and paste. Try to keep the same formatting as what you have currently, because formatting is a really, really big part of uh, making a blurb actually look professional. So how do I feel about using a book tagline as the headline? So basically, a tagline is kind of your elevator pitch. And so I'm all for it. Now, that is normally the way that you get people interested, because the tagline is really like the emotion. But in the presentation, I talked about how there are taglines, which are the kind of the you immersing the reader right into the story, and then there's the social proof, which is just really kind of giving yourself a thumbs up and letting people know, hey, like people have read my books, they love it, you're going to love it too. It's not a waste of your time, it's not a waste of your money. See all these people that have enjoyed it. And you can actually, there's many different ways that you can do that. So you can either, if you've been nominated for an award or you've received an award, or you're part of a book club, then those, of course, can go up front. Or another way to do it is just to, once you start getting reviews on your Amazon page or wherever it is that you have your book posted, just find the ones that really make you feel good about yourself and you feel really encompass the feeling of your story, and then feature them, put them at the very top. Now, when it comes to reviews, just leave it one on top, then have your blurb, so headline blurb, and then at the bottom, you can say, put a line like what others are saying, and then add more reviews if you want to. But it's best to keep those minimal, the social proofs. Like people just want to know that other people are receiving your book well, but then they want to get into your story. Is it limited to just one submission? No, you can if you have multiple books, we can go right in. But if I'm reading multiple of your blurbs for the review, and they all have something or kind of the common issues, common strengths, common weaknesses, then I tend to just do one video for everything or for all of them because really you don't need me to break it down by every single blurb. Um, that so penumbra mine. Uh, Betrayal always offers the choice bitter or better. That's a great headline. It makes you think. It also uses alliteration. So betrayal, bitter, better. Great techniques. Those kind of tend to really stick with people. And it's a question. So, as I mentioned, questions are one of the most effective, probably the number one effective type of headline, because we all have this kind of innate reflex almost to start answering questions, even if we don't care about like what the question is actually about or referring to. We just, the question mark gets us engaged. And that's really what you want. Like the whole point of that headline is to get someone to read the rest of your blurb. And it's the most important part because it's, you're getting someone's attention. No one is going to read the blurb if you don't get their attention. And obviously on Amazon, you only see that little snippet, so you want them to push that read more button. That's the whole point of the headline, and it's way more likely, if you have something punchy right up front. It doesn't always have to make sense, although it's best if it does. But having something in there is, uh, it's going to make a world of a difference. So no other questions yet, but yeah. So I'm gonna be basically starting tomorrow on all of your blurbs that you send in to me. You have until July 31st, so a couple of weeks there to get them in. Um, I will be doing all of the videos personalized, so it's kind of going to happen like this where I'm on the video, but I'll be sharing my screen with you. We're going to walk through your actual blurb, and I'm going to show you everything that I'm talking about, not just kind of standing up here and talking. I'm actually going to show you. Uh, oh, thank you, Penumbra. I'm so glad you enjoyed my presentation. All tens on the feedback. Oh, that's wonderful. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, everybody. I really want to see everybody succeed. It's tough out there, and I think with the whole pandemic situation, a lot of people really decided to change the course of their lives and really pursue their passions. And so there's so many more books out there. I think that I read a statistic that there's about 6,000 new Kindle books released every day, so lots to read out there, but also lots of competition. So I want to make sure that you guys are all getting kind of the upper hand and um, kind of imitating the bigger publishing houses as much as possible because we want to be able to compete with them, right? And get you seen. Um, Really, if I can offer any sort of kind of advice from my years doing this is that you're going to have the best luck getting people to see your books and to kind of be successful as an author the more you write. So don't stop at one book. It takes probably around 40 to 45 books to start making a good amount of income, and that's not a gross thought. Like, I know a lot of authors, you really just want someone to read your book and connect with your characters and feel passionate about them. But part of getting them to read your book is to actually sell your book. And so if you're selling it, that means people are reading it. And so there's kind of a double benefit there. You're making money and you're connecting people with your book and your passion. Should books in a series have blurbs in the same format or style? Uh, yes, I would say so. You always want to be consistent. So when you're doing a series, just like you want the covers to look the same, the blurbs should have the same format and style. I think some authors get lazy after a while, and once it's your, fifth or sixth book, you kind of write a shorter blurb. And there's not really much wrong with that. If you do like a really effective elevator pitch or even a headline, or sorry, the elevator pitch headline, then you're going to get engagement. And if someone is already following you all the way to a fifth or sixth book, then they're going to have a very low threshold to sell them on the book. So you can get away with writing less. However, um, there are those instances where a new reader will stumble on your fifth or sixth book, right? And if you're not following the same format and style and you're not giving them the complete blurb, then they may never invest in the first book. And so that's why we want to. That's why we want to be consistent. We really want to kind of do a full blurb every single time, because then you're going to make sure that even if someone is reading you or finding out about you later on in your series, that they actually are engaged enough with that blurb that they want to go and start reading from the beginning. That was a great question, by the way. So we have probably about 2 minutes or so left, just so you guys can get a break before the next video that you're on to. If you have any more questions that you kind of think of later on, you can always email me at hello@blurbmedic.com. Uh, I'm kind of on the opposite side of the world at the moment, but I will get to all the emails eventually. So I'll be able to answer questions probably at more length. And if it's something that requires a deeper explanation, then I love doing video style responses just because it's much easier to convey information. So there's potential for that as well. Oh, thank you so much, Penumbra. You're just really blowing smoke my way, and I'm eating it up. I really appreciate that. Oh, and thank you, Plumstone. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, everybody. I hope you've had a great time and that you've learned a lot this weekend. I'm gonna end the live now because it looks like most of the uh, yes. You know what? Blurbs were the bane of my existence when I started as well. But what again, it's really practice is the key. And once you get the layout right, then you're good to go. Again, my website does have articles. So blurbmedic.com. I have 3 articles written so far, but there will be more coming. They're geared more towards fiction at the moment, but nonfiction will be coming. So definitely you can check stuff out there. But yeah, thank you so much for joining me and all the best. Thank you. Bye.